Hey everybody, I'm so sorry. I usually do my classes from my iPad, but for some reason tonight, never had this happen before. My screen will not, you can't see me, so if I couldn't see me talking to you guys, so I'm so sorry for that. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk tonight a little bit about women's health. So I'm going to go over some things with you, some different things that I think every woman needs to do. We spend so much time as women taking care of our families, and we sometimes neglect ourselves and our own health. And we've got to take care of ourselves to be able to take care of others in our life. So I wanted to just go over some things that we could do. I had a little bit of statistics that I was going to share with you, but they are on my phone, and I had to switch to my phone because my iPad wouldn't work for my live feed. So I won't be able to share that. I'll try to post it after the class, but there is some other things I can go over with you. Now, in my opinion, there are 10 health screenings that every woman should have, and I'm going to go over those and tell you a little bit why I think you should have them. I think everybody should have a blood pressure screening. You need to do that at least every 2 years. The health screening involves, just wrapping your cuff around your arm, checking your blood pressure. Normal blood pressure for women is less than 120/80, and if that's something you're not likely, don't want to go to a doctor, most doctors do it at your annual visit. You can buy the blood pressure cuffs. They're really inexpensive, and kind of keep a check on that. And also cholesterol. You should have your cholesterol checked every year, I believe, because it helps decrease the risk of heart disease in women. And heart disease is one of the #1 killers for women. Hey, Kelly. I hope you're feeling better. I'm glad you could join me tonight. Now, it doesn't usually involve anything more than a finger prick, so you want to get that checked out. The ideal level is below 200 milligrams for total cholesterol, so that's something you want to have checked. You need to have a pap smear and a pelvic exam beginning at age 21 if you're sexually active. Now, this is going to check for any abnormalities in your reproductive system. Also does a check for cervical cancer. So, the quicker you catch something of a disease like this, the quicker that maybe they can do something and it not end in a fatality for you and not end in, prolonged things that you have to go through. And also your doctor typically goes ahead and checks for sexually transmitted diseases during those times as well. And certainly a mammogram and a breast exam, you need to do a self-examination, and I'm going to go over some things later in the class, some things you need to watch for and some abnormalities. It's really easy to do, and mammograms, you should have those done 1 or 2 every 2 years, beginning at age 40, and then typically beginning at age 50 they recommend more screenings. If you have a history of breast cancer in your family, sometimes your doctor will recommend that you have a mammogram every year. It's really easy to do. You see the horror stories on TV, and you see women post all these things of how it's a terrible procedure. I've always had them done. It's not that bad, y'all. It's relatively quick. You're in and out. It takes longer for them to process to get you back than it actually takes for them to do the mammogram. And certainly, that's certainly something you need to have done. Now, also, in some women, bone density screenings is something that's really good because of osteoporosis. We are at high risk as women for those diseases because, you need healthy bones. And our estrogen levels, and especially as you decline in years, your estrogen levels get lower and things of different nature, and it can cause osteoporosis. Some people have it run in the family, so that's a quick way that they can check for that. So that's something I suggest you have done. Also, blood glucose screening to check for any types of diabetes, symptoms of diabetes. It's really easy to go do. It's just a blood sample that they take, and they can check your A1C level, and they can screen you because there's things you can do. Type 2 diabetes usually can be controlled through diet and exercise and some different things like that. So that's always something you want to have checked. Now, also colon cancer screening. I've not had this done yet as a colonoscopy. My doctor has recommended to do it. You know, it's used with a camera. You do have to go under a little bit of anesthesia. But anything you can do to decrease your risk is certainly good. Now, also, you know, maintaining that healthy weight. A lot of people don't like to have their body mass index calculated. I sure don't. You know, most every time you go to the doctor, there's they'll tell you you could lose some weight. You could lose some weight. So I really do know that, y'all. Dental checkups are also a great thing. Dental health is so important. And typically, you're recommended to get your teeth cleaned every 6 months or so, and that's how we go. Because they can look for things, examining the teeth. Sometimes they use x-rays, and they can also spot signs of decay and problems in your mouth or problems with your teeth, which can typically be prevented because they're so vital to your health. I mean, if you think about when you eat, everything first goes in your mouth. So if you have decay, I feel like or bad oral hygiene, or you just haven't had them clean, you have a lot of plaque buildup. The germs and microorganisms and things kind of can just carry through to your body because you're chewing your food with your mouth. So everything can just go, to me, right down and go into your stomach. So I'm going to go over some other things that I do that you certainly can do. I am going to talk about doTERRA in a few minutes because they do have some things that can help you with your lifestyle, but there's a lot of things you can do on your own. So I'm just going to go over a couple of those. Now, certainly something that I recommend that you could try if you've never tried is oil pulling. Now, I didn't always do this, and I kind of do it hit or miss. I don't do it every single day, but you just need, I do recommend organic coconut oil. Now, this is just one that I've gotten, but that I use, but you can use, you know, you can buy coconut oil at Walmart. I do recommend you use organic, because I've used other coconut oil before and it was hard for me to do it. But I've noticed with this one, the taste is so different when you do organic coconut oil. Now, they recommend that you do like a tablespoon every day, and you swish it in your mouth. Start out with like up to 5 minutes and try to work your way to 20. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I started, the first time I ever did it, I started with that tablespoon of oil. I couldn't do it. So start out with a little bit. I can't even get this lid off. I was going to show you, but I can't get it off. Start out with a little bit. I didn't start out with a tablespoon. I didn't even start out with a teaspoon. I started out probably, y'all, something as big around as maybe the end of a pencil. And I just did that. I did it while I was in the shower. You don't want to spit it out in the drain because it will solidify back. Put it in your mouth. I don't melt it first. I just put it in there, and I usually get in there and go do it in the shower. Because that way you're doing something else and helps the time go by a little bit faster. Spit it in the trash can, spit it into a paper towel. Now, oil pulling is a growing trend. It's an ancient oral health technique. Do you want to get that off for me? Thanks. It's an ancient oral technique. I was just going to show you. This is good and solidified, and I just use a little bit. You can see I use this quite often. I try to do it every day. I really need this in my bathroom because I forget most of the time. I remember when I come in here into the kitchen and I have it out on the counter. I'm getting ready to drink my coffee. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that today. So sometimes I do it at night, but I like to do it better in the morning. Now, this dates back to probably about 3,000 years. You can also use, typically coconut oil is used, but some people use sesame or sunflower oil. It all helps, what it is to help with, it helps fight against gingivitis, plaque, microorganisms that cause bad breath, because most microorganisms inhabit the mouth consist of a single cell, and they're covered with lipid or fatty membranes, and these come in contact, when they come in contact with the oil or fat, they adhere to each other, so it pulls them out. And also, it can also help whiten your teeth, so that's something great to do. Again, start out really of a little bit, work your way up. I use probably about a teaspoon now, because I don't do it like when I first started doing it, I couldn't do it. I stopped doing it, then I started doing it regularly. So I haven't got back in the habit of it, and that's something that I really need to do. Also because coconut oil is rich in antioxidants. They're easily absorbed. It can help with gum health, gum tissue. You can also rub a little bit of vitamin E directly on your gums if you're having any inflammation, if you like brush too hard or things like that. That can help with that as well. The other thing that I started doing, now this isn't the one I'm going to recommend, is tongue scraping. I got this because it was cheap. I bought it at Walmart. It was like $3 because I just wanted to try it because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it or not because of the gag reflex. So I'm going to show you in a second how to do that. Yes, Amy, you're right. It is hard to get used to, but it does have a lot of benefits. And I really need to get back. I just really need to take this and put it back in my bathroom and or put it in a little container where I can just scoop a little bit out with my finger. Start small, y'all, because if you start with a tablespoon, I almost can literally promise you you're going to be like and spit it out because it's just hard. It's just hard to get into doing. Now, tongue scraping, I'm going to show you how to do it first, and I don't think I'll gag, but I need to get the metal one. The metal one is really the best one to do, and it kind of, but this, you just open your mouth, put this back on the back of your tongue, and just pull down. You got to put a little bit of pressure on it, y'all, and you can literally scrape the bacteria off of your tongue. Now, it's more effective at removing toxins and bacteria from your tongue than a toothbrush. Also, brushing and flossing will loosen and move the debris around, but it doesn't actually remove the bacteria. So, almost half of our oil bacteria live in the crevices on our tongue, and the scraping action collects these toxic tongue coatings, which can arrange in color from clear, white, yellow, or green, and remove them from the body. So 5 things that help when you do the tongue scraping. It helps with halitosis, which is bad breath. Certainly that can ruin anything. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a thought about something that I can't share. It's an ugly thought, and I can't share it. But I'll go back to that later. It can help with your self-esteem, your relationships. Bad breath comes from the bacteria at the back of your tongue, which is difficult to reach with a toothbrush as well because of the gag reflex, which I couldn't go all the way back at first. I just started, and then I've kind of worked my way back. Now this I keep right by my toothbrush, so this is easier for me to do. Again, I do it in the morning. I usually do it before I brush my teeth. I don't know if that's the correct order to do, but that's how I usually do it. I just rinse it off under the water, and then after every couple of days, I'll be honest, I come in here and put a little bit of soap in the kitchen sink and wash it, and then just put it back in my bathroom because I feel like if I don't have it right there, I'm not going to do it. Now also, proper digestion begins with your taste buds and salivation. So this helps remove the toxic mucus. So your taste buds, you don't want your taste buds to become blocked. So this helps with that. And because when your taste buds become blocked, it can lead to false cravings or an ability to recognize the taste of the food. So you certainly don't want that. Also, it can boost your immunity. The tongue is part of the first line of defense in your immunity system. So scraping your tongue prevents toxins from being reabsorbed into your body and boosts your overall immune function. Now, this practice also helps promote general tooth and gum health, removes the bacteria again. Toxins responsible for periodontal problems, plaque buildup, tooth decay, which can lead to the loss of teeth and gum infections and gum recession. So it also can help improve your digestion. Digestion begins with the taste, so it's important to remove the toxins that obstruct optimal functioning. So scraping this activates saliva production, promotes the body's digestive fire to help with digestion throughout the day. So that's some things that you can do because this is going to take care of us as women. Start some little things you can start implementing to help your overall health. So those are some things that you can do. The oil scraping, the oil pulling, tongue scraping. You also want to use a good toothpaste that doesn't have a lot of synthetics in it or chemicals because that can help also with your overall oral health. And I want to talk about a minute about the On Guard toothpaste. I actually love this toothpaste. I didn't think I was going to like it. It does have a clove flavor to it, but it really helps your teeth feel cleaner. My breath feels fresher, and maybe it's because I'm doing all these things in connection with it. But I actually also have, usually, even though I brush my teeth and floss, I usually have a lot of plaque on my teeth, and I had problems with my gums bleeding a lot. And since I started using this toothpaste, I actually went to the dentist. I think I did a post on it on Facebook, and I had one of the best dental checkups I had had in years, y'all. So I was really excited about that. Now, if you don't want, you don't have to use doTERRA toothpaste, y'all. I just know that the testing doTERRA does on their products, which is why I became a wellness advocate for doTERRA through some research. And I'll touch again on that in just a minute. But find you a natural toothpaste. There's some out there, y'all. If you don't want to use doTERRA, don't think that I'm cramming it down your throat. I'm just letting you know there's things you can do to put yourself in better control of your health. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example. Today here in Georgia, we had a lot of crazy weather. We had some tornadoes, a lot of damage to people's homes. That's something that is out of your control. You can't control the weather, but you can control what you put in your body, what you put on your body, and your general health. And there's things that you can do that can improve your health, that you can do, that gives you the power, puts the power in your hands. And that's what I want to tell you about, because a lot of people don't think about it. And these are little things that can go a long way and help you. And the educational materials are out there. I'm in a group with two other ladies, Amy and Beth, and we're essentially Obsessed Life. And we are doTERRA wellness advocates. We use the doTERRA products. We use the toothpaste. I think we all love it. Some of the other things, I'm going to talk about deodorant in a minute. I like the deodorant. Amy likes another brand better, which is cool. But we're still doing things that helps us with our health. And you can do it too. These are little things, and we can help you if you'd like us to do that. We'll be more than happy to do that. And since I mentioned deodorant, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. This is doTERRA's deodorant. This is all natural. It's got cypress, melaleuca, bergamot, and cedarwood in it. It doesn't have any of the nasty gunk that is full of toxins. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the toxins that are lurking in your deodorant, y'all. Aluminum compounds. It is the ingredient in antiperspirants, that actually clogs your pores and prevents your body from sweating. Aluminum exposure has been linked with the development of Alzheimer's disease, and it also interferes with your estrogen levels. When your body can't process estrogen, it's at a higher risk for breast and prostate cancer. That's huge for us women, because you hear the statistics of how many women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. You know what happens when your estrogen levels are out of whack? It makes your hormones out of whack, and that just causes a whole nother landslide of health problems for women. Now, also parabens are in deodorant, and it's used as a preservative, but it is one of the most harmful additives of all, because parabens act as estrogen in your body, and that disrupts your normal hormone balances. And again, that's linked to breast cancer and prostate cancer. Now, I don't really know that I'm pronouncing this correct. Stearats. It's additives that are a product of ethioglykolain, which is a chemical used in the manufacturing process. And that stimulates carcinogens and diazenes, and that's what causes the cancer cells. So there's another thing. All right, and then there's triclosan, and it is in the majority of brand name deodorants. It's used to kill bacteria in the manufacturing process. When it comes in contact with your skin and combined with water, it also can create a carcinogenic gas called chloroform. Then you have propylene glycol. I know I'm not saying that right, y'all. This chemical causes damage to your central nervous system, heart, and liver. It's also known to irritate skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. Now, it can be harmful as small as a percentage as 2%, but deodorants generally have a high dose of 50% or more. And then there's the TEA and DEA, which are chemicals that seep into your skin and affect your liver and kidneys. And these are, they are harmful that they're so harmful they've already been banned in Europe. And they also are known to produce carcinogens. Artificial colors, bleaches, and deodorants cause allergic reactions, and so these are just some of the things that just regular deodorant can do. Now I like the doTERRA brand, and I think Amy likes the Tom's, which is still natural, y'all. So look for these products. Look next time you go to the Walmart or the Kroger or wherever you go to purchase your products like your toothpaste and deodorants, and just take a look. And you can look for some of these additives and see if it has it. But take a look, because you can just swap out the type of deodorant you're using. You can just swap out the type of toothpaste you're using. And I was looking at the mouthwash we have in the bathroom a while ago, and there's so much on there that I can't pronounce any of it. And there's some things you can do. You can mix a little bit of spearmint oil or peppermint oil in some water and just swish it in your mouth and have a natural mouthwash. So these are things that you can do. Now, be careful when you're looking at the labels. They can be deceptive. They can be marked as fresh or clean scent, so take a look at it. Don't just think, well, just because it says it's natural that it is. Read it. It only is going to take you a few minutes to skim over the back and see if you can understand or pronounce even what's in it. So think about that. Now, also, there are several, you can make your own deodorant. You can really make your own toothpaste if it comes down to it. When I grew up, we didn't have toothpaste as it's known. We used baking soda to brush our teeth with. So, I mean, there's different things that you certainly can do. You can make your own deodorant. There's recipes all over Pinterest, all online. I mean, you can find anything nowadays in the world we're in. Then you're going to talk about, I want to talk about makeup and skincare products. There are so much chemicals. And y'all look, your skin is your biggest organ. So whatever you put on your body is going to pass through. And when it goes into your mouth, you do have your stomach acids and your other things that can help clear out the toxins. But when you put them on topically, like deodorant and lotions and makeup that we use, they're going directly into your skin, directly into your bloodstream, directly into your organs. So they don't have the help of the digestive system to help clean it out. So think about that for a couple of minutes. And this is anything: mouthwash, toothpaste, body wash, foundation, anything. Yes, Beth, I love the oil pulling too. I've got to get back to doing it every day. I haven't been, but I really do need to do that. So some of the things that are found in these products are sodium lauryl sulfate. And this is this can cause skin irritation, canker sores, disruptors of skin's natural oil balance, and eye damage. And also it is shown to be a major contributor to cystic acne around your mouth and chin. BHA, which is found in exfoliants and perfume, it causes liver damage, stomach cancers, and it interferes with normal reproductive system development and thyroid hormone levels. And then we have the triclosan and trilocarbon, and these are antibacterial products, and they're found in bar soaps and different things like that. They cause hormonal disruptions, bacterial resistance, impaired muscle function, impaired immune function, increased allergies. So that's the thing. And, you know, doTERRA has a natural thing that they have, which is the Melaleuca, which is also known as tea tree oil, which is actually great as to use for help with bacterial infections, funguses, antibacterial. It helps clean and cleanse wounds. So that's something you could use certainly and replace. Now also coal tar is a byproduct of coal processing. So we already know that coal has been a major contributor to carcinogens and causing toxins to build up. And these are found in a lot of hair dyes. They're found in dandruff and psoriasis shampoos. So, and the long-term effects of those haven't been tested yet. Also parabens. According to the European Commission on Scientific Consumer Products, they disrupt your endocrine system, which causes reproductive and developmental disorders. And then some of these, I mean, you can just go on and on. Petroleum distillates are found in mascara. Retinol products that are found in anti-aging products have the opposite effect, and they actually become carcinogenic in sunlight, which makes it extra important to use them only at night. Avoid any sunscreens containing retinol-derived ingredients. So all this is in your makeup, and there are natural makeups out there. A girl we work with and another person on our team do Limelight. There's also natural beauty products. Beauty Counter is another one. Juice Beauty. There's Alma, Alima, Afterglow, Vapor. There's one called Jane Iredale. So there's plenty of makeups that you can go to, and you need to try something else. I'm going to be doing that to try to cut down on all this in your body, because our body does not know how to deal with all this chemicals and all this synthetic stuff that we're putting in it. And if you see, the trend is more and more people, and that was some of the statistics I was going to share that it's actually on my phone that I'm having to use because my iPad wouldn't work tonight, that it's just more and more people. You've got all these antibiotics. We're becoming immune to all the antibiotics out there, and they kill off all the bacteria, not just the bad bacteria. They kill the good, and we need the good bacteria because we need good gut health. So there's so much that we could do, y'all, that we're just not doing. And if you think of the feminine hygiene products, I'm just going to touch on that a minute because I'm going a little bit longer than I anticipated, and I know everybody's kind of had a rough day in some areas with all this crazy weather, so I don't want to stay on here a long time, but I'm going to touch on feminine hygiene products. I just want to let you know that there's some things out there that they're not good, and what's in them certainly is doing you more harm than good. All right, we talked about your skin being your largest organ. It's also the thinnest. So there's less than 1/10 of an inch that separates your body from potential toxins. And your skin is highly permeable. Now, especially the skin around our female sensitive areas. It's very thin. So don't put anything on your body that you wouldn't eat. So think about it this way. Enzymes in your saliva, and I mentioned this a minute ago, help break down and flush chemicals from your body. But when you touch and put something on your skin, they're absorbed straight into your bloodstream. They lack, and your skin, once it goes straight into your bloodstream, you don't have the necessary enzymes to break down those toxins that are going in there. So feminine hygiene products, an average American woman uses 16,800 tampons in her lifetime. Now, some of the most popular brands, and I'm not going to mention, have highly absorbable material in them now because they're trying to make everything thin, thin, thin. Well, they have phthalates in them, which give the paper tampon applicators a smooth finish so they can glide in easier. Now, synthetics and plastics restrict the airflow and trap heat and dampness. Now, this promotes yeast and bacterial growth in your private areas, and conventional sanitary pads also contain hazardous ingredients such as odor neutralizers and fragrances. Now, the FDA's official stance about health risks associated with dioxins in tampons, there's trace dioxin levels are linked to abnormal tissue growth in your abdomen and reproductive organs, abnormal cell growth throughout your body, immune system suppression, hormonal and endocrine system disruption. So dioxins are certainly a serious health threat, and there's no safe level of exposure that I'm aware of. So you think about that also. So you're not talking about just what we eat. We're talking about the other things we have to use as women, and these chemicals and what they're doing to our body. So there are safe alternatives out there. There are, like, you can use the Diva Cup, Natracare. There's a company called Glad Rags, which has organic pads. 7th generation chlorine-free organic cotton tampons. So those are some things that you can also do as well, because you want to make sure you're putting the safest thing in you that you possibly can, in your mouth, in your body, on your body. So you really need to be aware that there's other things out there. Just take some small steps and just be aware of what's going around. Talk to your friends. Look, I mean, Facebook is a whole community, and there's so much information on there that you can really find about just whatever you're looking for. And now I'm going to touch on vitamins for just a minute, and then I'm going to go over some of the doTERRA products that can help your body and aid and assist your body and rid itself of the toxins, and some things that we do every day, some things I use every day that help me in my lifestyle, and I feel better once I'm using them. But I do want to go over what you really need to identify the ingredients in your vitamins. You want to look for words that say 100% natural on the product's label. Some product labels can contain natural, but manufacturers can claim natural on their natural nutritional products if at least 10% of the product comes from natural food sources. So that's huge, y'all. You're thinking you're putting a vitamin in your body that you're buying when only 10% of it has to come from a natural food source for them to claim that it's natural. That's kind of the same thing with the essential oil industry. There are other manufacturers out there because the FDA doesn't regulate the essential oil market either. So when you're buying your essential oils from the Walmarts and online, only 10% of what's in the bottle has to be the oil. Everything else could be fillers or additives. But when you use doTERRA, they created a standard since there wasn't one, which is their certified therapeutic grade, because they're going to make sure, certified pure therapeutic grade, that every drop of oil you get is pure oil, y'all. That you're not getting all those fillers, you're not getting more synthetics, you're getting something that's actually healthy, that can actually aid and assist your body, that God put on this planet to help us. And that's huge, y'all. And just to further take it one step further, doTERRA puts their products through a lot of testing to make sure that you're getting this. They actually do third-party testing as well. And to show how transparent they are, on the bottom of every bottle of oil is an expiration date. I'm trying to get it where you can see it. And there's also like a code on there, and I think that one might be hard to see. I was trying to find one that you could see a little bit better. I don't know if you can see that one a little bit better. But anyway, you can go to a website called source2u.com. You can put in your code that's on the bottom of your bottle, and you can see all the rigorous testing your oil went through before it got to you, so you know what you're getting is pure oil. In this bottle, there's about 250 drops of oil. It's going to last you a good long time. I'm going to give you this analogy. 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it doesn't take a lot to have the desired effect that you need. doTERRA also makes a great brand of vitamin supplements. Their Lifelong Vitality Pack. These come from whole food sources. They do not have, they're non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free. They're going to support antioxidant DNA protection, energy metabolism, bone health, stress management, healthy respiratory health. You've got your omega-3s, your multivitamin, and your cellular complex in here, which helps produce healthy cells. Now, this, believe it or not, is doTERRA's #1 selling product. It's not the oils. And doTERRA also offers, if you take these supplements as they recommend and you don't feel better in 30 days, they will refund your money. So that's huge, y'all, especially when I just told you that when you're buying these vitamins outside, that only 10% has to come from a natural food source. So doTERRA is a whole food source. You're not going to find, if you read on here, you're not going to find anything that you're not going to be able to know what it is. And they also do have essential oils in them as well. Now, look for a food list on the product label. If it does not contain a list of natural food sources, then the product is synthetic. What you're looking for food sources such as yeast, fish, vegetable, and citrus. Identify whole foods in the ingredient list instead of the particular nutrient. Okay? So look for foods on the list of ingredients that contain a certain vitamin, such as Arceola cherry powder, which contains vitamin C. If you can identify vitamin C in the ingredient list, you can almost guarantee it's synthetic. So if it says vitamin C, that this doctor is telling you, Dr. Ben Kim, a chiropractor and acupuncturist who does his own radio show, says you almost can guarantee it's synthetic if you're looking for these things. Look for salt forms on the product label. If it says a synthetic added to supplements for increasing the stability of the vitamin or mineral, some of the salt forms to look for include acetate, chloride, hydrochloride nitrate, and succinate. I might not be spelling that correctly. So you want to learn how to read the labels by looking for keywords that indicate the supplement is synthetic. Words that end in IDE or ATE indicate that the product contains salt forms, which are synthetics. So some of the common synthetic vitamins to avoid: vitamin A, acetate, and palamate. And there's a list here, y'all. The DL form of any vitamin is synthetic. So you're here, you're trying to do something good for your body. You have to be careful. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You got to empower yourself. We want to help you empower yourself. You gotta watch what you eat. You know, things just don't. Your body isn't going to have good sources if you don't put good sources into your body. I mean, it's just not going to work. You've got to have good put in to have things that happen. Now, doTERRA has a whole line of products, and I was looking for something else I was going to share with y'all that can help you. There's several ways to use the oils. You can use them internally. You can drop them under your tongue, or you can put them in a veggie cap, and I was looking for my veggie caps, and take them internally. Less is more. Do 1 or 2 drops, and you can do them throughout the day. You can put all the oils that you take internally in one veggie cap and take them all at the same time if you prefer. Instead of putting 1 drop of frankincense and take it and then do a whole nother veggie cap for another type of oil. So there's different ways you can do that. I would only suggest taking doTERRA oils internally. There's no other oil out there that I would suggest taking internally. I chose doTERRA for the testing they put their vitamins through. Their vitamins as well as their essential oils. Also because they source their plants from where they grow indigenously to make their oils. Now, essential oils come from the bark, stem, roots, rind of fruit, and some of them are cold pressed, some of them are distilled to get the oil. Now, in getting them where they grow indigenously, does a couple things. It goes to the purity of the plant. It also provides a job with an income for farmers in those countries that they source from. So they can provide jobs. They go in there, and if they need education, water sources, they do those things as well. So doTERRA isn't a company that just takes, they give back. So that's another reason why I went strictly with doTERRA. There's a lot of other companies out there, y'all, but in doing the education, I just decided this was the company for me. Because they are so transparent and put everything out there for you to see. It's really it was a no-brainer for me. So a lot of the oils that I use every day, the main one I use is lemon. I put that in warm water in the morning. It's a great detoxifier, and I put a little pinch of cayenne pepper in there and about a tablespoon of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and I drink that, and it helps me get going. Helps get my body working for the day, so I do that every day. I've really been loving the Aroma Touch, which is the massage blend. It has some great things in there to help with muscle tension, and I've been using this a lot on my knee, as well as frankincense, which you know is the king of all the oils. It enhances the effect of any other oil that you use. I'm also loving marjoram these days because it is a great oil to use to aid and assist your body with pain. If you have chronic headaches, you have a lot of pain, you could take this along with frankincense and a veggie cap, and it works as great as any over-the-counter pain medicine. You can also rub it on topically, which is the other way to use the oils, is topically. You can use fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA has a great oil. It just means that the molecule was taken out, so it's a liquid state. It doesn't solidify. And you'd put a couple of drops in your hand, put a drop of oil, and just massage it in wherever you need it. I massage this on my knee to really help with the pain that I'm having. You also can diffuse the oils aromatically in the air. I have like a diffuser in every room in my house, and we have some at work. We're fortunate to work for a company that lets us use our oils at work, so that's been great. This is just one of doTERRA's pedal diffusers. You just lift the top off. There's a water-filled line. You put a couple drops of oil in here. You put this back on. It has a light on it. This one runs for 4 hours, and it creates a mist that comes out, and you just breathe in particles throughout the air, and you just breathe it in. Right now, what I've got going in my diffuser is, because of all the storms and everything going on today, when I got home from work, my bulldog was panting, and she was really upset and agitated, and she'd been that way. So I got my diffuser going, and I put some Balance and some Serenity in there. And this is, these two mixed together would be your liquid calm, and you can use it on you too. I have a little roller ball full of that, but I put it in the diffuser, and within 20 minutes, she had quit panting. She had quit being agitated. She wasn't pacing. She wasn't right under my feet while I was walking. She was just laying down chilling. So you can use oils on dogs as well. I'm actually going to be doing a class this weekend talking about some essential oils you can use on your pets. So I just wanted to highlight some of the oils that I use, and just mainly to come on here and let y'all know that there's another way. There's things you can use. I started out using essential oils because I had allergies. I was taking Singulair every day, Flonase, Allegra, and allergy shots. I'm sorry, my brain just stopped, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's been going on with me this last week, but it keeps feeling like I have a brain freeze. Probably because I forgot to take my vitamins, which I call my medicine, every day this week, and I can tell a difference when I don't take them. So I was going and having all that done. Every week I was going to the allergy doctor, so I was having to take off work, go get an allergy shot. I don't know if any of you have ever taken allergy shots. The serum is pretty expensive. You have to pay for them to give you the shot. And I was spending a lot of money and a lot of time doing all that, and I thought there had to be a better way. So I started using internet oils, and I found out the difference in what you buy out and then what you get from doTERRA. I went over that earlier. So I started using lemon, peppermint, and lavender. I first started using them in a diffuser, and they worked great. So then I started doing the roller ball. And since I have been doing that consistently, now consistency is the key, y'all. You got to have these things with you. You got to use them. They're not going to help you if you don't use them. Your body absorbs them. They work at a cellular level with your body. They're the most potent form of plant-based medicine, but you have to use them. So what I do is I start out, I use them every single day. I have my roller ball that I carry with me. I have my little pack that I carry with me everywhere. I've made it into a roller ball blend, and I put this on in the morning. I usually roll it on my spine because I'm trying to get ready for work, and I found that if I put it on my wrists or something, I'm trying to get ready, I'm getting it everywhere. If I put my hand down on the counter, it's going to chill absorbs, because if you're like me, I'm running around in the morning, so it's just easier I put it on my back. I usually do it at lunchtime, and I always do it before I go to bed. So now I don't use the Flonase. I don't use the Allegra. I don't use the Singulair. I don't go take allergy shots. I don't have to do any of that. I just do this as a regular thing. And I don't wait till I'm so stuffed up or so congested that I can't handle it. I start early. I usually try to start a month before pollen season really kicks in at least, and just do it consistency. Y'all, consistency is the key with any of this. God put these oils here, or the plants here, for us to use. They work very well with our bodies. They assist and support it. We can give our body the ability to heal itself if we do the right things for it. We put the right things in it. It's all about knowing what to do. And I did not learn all this overnight. I'm not saying you're never going to have to go to a doctor, because I just recommended that you have a regular mammogram, that you go have your blood pressure checked, that you have your sugar level checked. So I'm just talking about things that you can do for yourself that can actually help you, and they're not have all these chemicals and all these synthetic things in them. So those are some things that I do every day. I have other blends that I use. I made me one called Happy Mama. I love this one, and I use this every day. If I feel like I'm stressed out, I usually just take it out of my purse and I roll it on the back of my neck, or I roll it on my wrist. And it really does help, y'all. All these things help, but you got to have them with you. And you got to use them. You take all the other over-the-counter pain medications and all that stuff you have out of your purse, put this in your purse. You have them right here at your disposal. You're going to use them. Now, when I was talking about earlier the damage and the synthetics that can do in your body, these are some of the things. And I mentioned hormones a lot. It can cause your hormones to be out of whack. These are some things that your hormones do for women, and what can happen when your hormones are out of balance, okay? So your hormones regulate body systems, and these are the body systems that a woman's hormones regulate: her digestion, her vision, her cell growth, her reproduction, her muscle tone and strength, your emotions, your sleep, your hair and skin, your memory, your brain function. So whether you lose weight or gain weight easily, your hormones regulate those body systems. So when your hormones are out of balance, it can cause mood swings, endometriosis, night sweats. It can cause headaches, osteoporosis, hot flashes, unexplained weight gain, weight loss, facial hair growth. Can cause you to have gallbladder issues, prediabetes, anxiety attacks, vision changes, memory loss, hair loss, night sweats. And I could just go on and on and on about the things that contribute what your hormones do. So there are things you can do. I'm going to talk to you real quick, because this is something I do every day as well. And I'm going to show you the women's health blend, as I'm going to call it, doTERRA Women. Hey Naomi, I'm glad you could join us. You doing all right tonight? Now, I also, like most people, you have multiple things, multiple health issues. So I kind of got the allergy thing under control, the seasonal threats with the oils I've been using. I also have a genetic blood disorder that I'm prone to blood clots. Now, I have so far dodged the bullet, and I haven't had one, which are the deep vein thrombosis. My sister has, both of my brothers, they're on blood thinning medicines. Well, I'm reaching that age, y'all, that I'm getting premenopausal. So I'm never going to be able to take the estrogen supplements and all those other things that when all this change goes through, that other people can take. I had a hysterectomy years ago because I had fibroids. So I've already had a hysterectomy. So what I found is this doTERRA's blend. And this is what I do, because, when you get older, your body starts to break down. So in addition to using the vitamins every day, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I take the Bone Nutrient Complex, and I also take the phytoestrogen. This is what helps balance me out. This is made from plant-based, so this is not going to interfere with any blood clotting disorder I have. So I did check with my doctor. I took these to my last visit that I had in December and showed them to my OBGYN, and I was like, is this something that you, please look at it. He knew a little bit about doTERRA, and he told me this was actually going to be something good for me to take, so I've been taking it. I can tell the difference. I didn't think I was any imbalance before, but I really can tell the difference. The other little jewel is the monthly blend, Clary Calm. This is great if you are a woman that has a heavy cycle, a lot of cramping, a lot of irritability, you get bloated, you just have tension, it just totally messes you up during that time. This is something to try. It also helps if you are already going through menopause. It can aid and assist your body with the hot flashes and balance out your hormones naturally. My daughter loves this. This is my actual second rollerball because she took the first one and I never gave it back. So this is a great oil to have. So this is something I do every month, and I carry it with me because I want to have my oils at my disposal to use, because what good is it going to do if you don't use them? Now, I mentioned gut health as well, and to help clean out your body. A group of ladies are doing a cleanse, and they're using doTERRA products to do that. That's something I'll be more than happy to share with you or to help you with. There's several products you can do to help cleanse the toxins from your body. And also, if that's not something you want to do, I do recommend doing some of these other things I mentioned earlier, and also getting on a really good probiotic. You have a lot of blood vessels and things in your body. If you don't have good gut health, you really need to think about that. So you need a good probiotic. doTERRA has a great probiotic. I have been using, I'll be honest with you, I've been using the kids version, which is the PB Assist. It comes in this little packet. I need to get the swallow version for me because it's double encapsulated. Most probiotics, when you take them and buy them, they break down in your stomach. That's not where you want them. You want them in your gut. So you want it to be able to pass through your stomach. But I like the PB Assist. This kind of tastes like a pixie stick. It's a strawberry watermelon kind of flavor to it. And you can just open it up and chug it in your mouth, or you can put it in about 8 ounces of, I do room temperature water and just drink it. But this is what I've been using, but I'm going to get the grown-up version, but this was just cool. I thought it would be something different, and so I got that. So they have some probiotics that you can take. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, I know I went over a lot of information. I did talk about doTERRA, not as much because I just wanted people to know that there are other things. I'm not just trying to shove doTERRA down your throat, but there's some great things that you can do just for your overall health as women. Y'all, we put our bodies through a lot. We go through a lot. We have to be oftentimes a mother and a father. Oftentimes we are your mom, your wife. Most all of us work. Some of us have more than one job. So we do a lot, and we've got to take care of ourselves. And if you can ever find any time in your day, I suggest you take just a little time for yourself every day. If you do nothing but just sit down and veg out, play a game on your phone, play a game on your laptop or iPad, just go outside, just de-stress, take a bubble bath, do something for you. Naomi's asking me if I'm in menopause. Do I still take the Phyto? I think you can. I'm not. I actually haven't gone into, the doctor just told me I'm getting premenopausal. But I'm going to read you just what this says. Thanks, Amy. I was thinking, why am I deviating? Am I jumping all over the place? But I love the phytoestrogen. I really do. And I was just going to take a second since you asked Amy, and I'm going to read this. It says, what this does is it's a mild phytoestrogen that binds with estrogen receptors in your cells, and the natural phytoestrogens in the pomegranate help balance estrogens naturally in the body. It also contains a concentrated extract of flaxseed to help manage potentially harmful metabolites that are produced when estrogens are metabolized in the liver. It's for pre and perimenopausal women. You take 1 to 2 capsules daily with food. If you're postmenopausal, take 2 capsules daily with food. So I think postmenopausal is if you've already gone through. So I would suggest it. There are 60 in here, so this is a 1-month supply in the bottle. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you buy the 3 together, you get them at a little bit of a discount. It does come in like a little bit of a kit. You just have to look on there for it. So that's the bone nutrient, the phytoestrogen, and the Clari-Calm. And it comes together in a threesome. So it offers you a little bit of a savings. There's several that do that. If you're looking for a great probiotic as well, there's GX Assist and PB Assist. It helps kill the bad bacteria. The GX Assist, and the PB Assist promotes the growth of the good bacteria. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I didn't get them mixed up. But see, so there's a lot of things you can do. We do classes all the time on Facebook Live, and as far as our upline too. Look at me sitting here like I'm a teacher smacking a ruler on my hand with my tongue scraper. We do a lot of classes. I know that Amy and Beth both have some classes coming up. I would love to, I can do a one-on-one consult with you. If you'd like to host a class for me on Facebook Live, we can do that. We can do it on Zoom as well to interact. I'd love to just do like an essential oil basic 101 class for you to get you learning a little bit more about these oils. I know I talked about doTERRA a little bit tonight. I didn't go into it as much as I normally would, because I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm serious about this, y'all. I'm not just trying to push doTERRA products. I'm serious, and so is Amy and Beth. We're serious about wanting to help women and everybody in general with their overall health lifestyle. I mean, y'all, if some things don't change, there are just going to be more and more diseases and just building up all these toxins in your body. I don't want to get sick, and I can say, since there's some things I've been doing, I really haven't gotten sick, and I'm going to knock on wood, because my luck, I'll come down with something tomorrow. But there's things you can take. If you have a fever, you can use peppermint oil. This thing, it's multi-purpose, y'all. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet, on your kids' feet. Dilute it, certainly, especially with children, because this is a hotter oil. And it can take down their temperature naturally. It can freshen your breath. You can just use it for seasonal threats. I mean, there's just so many wonderful things. You can put this in baking soda and make it your own toothpaste. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. I'm sorry, now my phone's losing power. There's just so much you can do. Message me. Go to our page, Essentially Obsessed Life, and like our page. We do a lot of educational classes, and I'm also going to mention again real quick as well, I am going to be at Firehouse Subs here in Dublin in the banquet room the last 3 Saturdays this month, which is the 15th, 22nd, and I can't remember the last Saturday in April at 2 o'clock. Come down and join me. There's going to be a free giveaway for somebody that's not already with doTERRA, and I'm going to bring my oils with me. I'm going to bring all these products that I showed you tonight, plus more. If you want to try one, I can give you a sample. You can taste the peppermint. You can use some of the oils. You can put them right on. I'm going to have my fractionated coconut oil. You can try it. I'm also going to be at Firehouse Subs in Dublin every Saturday in May at 2 o'clock as well in the banquet room. I didn't even know there was a banquet room, y'all. So come and join me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Message me. We can do a one-on-one. I can meet you somewhere. We can Skype. I just want to tell you more about what you can do to enhance your life and to have a better quality of life and a healthier lifestyle. I thank y'all so much for watching me tonight. I appreciate everybody coming on. Message me if I can help you. And y'all have a great evening. And stay safe out there. I think pretty much all the storm and craziness is over with. But if not, just be cautious and be on the lookout for threats coming your way. Thanks. Y'all have a great night.